destination.
You've reached your destination. Go!
Are we on air? Oh, we're on air. How are you? Tell them who you are.
I'm Steve Eccles, physiotherapist in Newry.
Down the Warren Point
on
Road.
the Warren Point Road.
And Steve, you're very welcome.
Thank you very much.
You
Thank
bring
you.
sort of energy to physiotherapy because we see you out on your bicycle. We see you swimming with a big flag above your head across Carlingford Loch in the depths of winter.
I don't.
No, the flag's not there, but you do swim.
Yes, but not in the winter. No.
No, it's not such a good idea. Not good for the bones.
I'm just a bit of a wimp with icy cold water.
You're not a wimp.
No, I am. I'm sorry.
You're a snake charmer. You can
No,
get a snake.
I can do heat,
Yeah.
but I'm built for heat, but not for
Yeah.
these icy waters.
Right, you interview me. I'm tired interviewing you.
Yes, well, I heard about a project you were doing in Dublin with the homeless.
Ah, yes,
So
yes,
could you
yes.
tell me a little bit about that?
That's been going on about a year ago. The people in Dublin, my friends in the homeless centre in Dublin, Brother Kevin, said, "Come on, Rowan, come and join us." Yep. So I've been doing that every Saturday ever since.
Very good.
The Queen, God bless her, long may she reign over me. She pays my fare on the train because I'm a certain vintage, you see.
Right, yeah.
And good people in Newry give us lots of coats, and we take them down in 2 big suitcases, carry them down. And now some other people have joined me. Pat Crawley, a former teacher at the Abbey, has joined me.
Yeah.
Philomena Guiney, a good friend from out at Glen, has joined me. Anne Brady, a good Dominican woman, she has joined me down there.
Right.
And the thing begins to grow. We're now getting lots and lots of coats, and we're still asking folk for coats. Good quality winter coats, so that the homeless folk can actually have heat. I saw almost, it was a poignant thing last week. There's a man down there, he's a kind of a Rastafarian, but he's not from the Caribbean, he's a European man.
Yes.
But he wears the lovely big hat and the hair and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And we were talking in the centre, one was pouring coffee and tea, and we were chatting. And then after it closed down at 3 o'clock, and he's away, and I'm finishing off and getting ready to go, at 4 o'clock going into town on the Lewis again to catch the 5 o'clock train back up to Newry from Connolly, I see him. And he's lying down just about the forecourts. He settled himself down at 4 o'clock in the evening for the evening and the night.
Yes.
His cardboard box is on the ground in the front of a large building, and he's in a blue sleeping bag, and he's making himself comfortable.
Yeah.
He was there for the night. He'd got his place, a safe place where he would sleep. So all of that, and then, of course, I got this idea that we will do homeless television, first on the island of Ireland, for the homeless people themselves.
Yeah.
Now, the idea came when 3 of the lads came up to us here in Destination Newry a week ago. They came up and did their interview, a full hour and a half of talking about their plight. And by gum, they made good sense.
Yes.
And there was no politician talking for them, no commentator talking about them.
Yeah.
They were telling their own story. So it was so good, we got the notion that if once a week I'm coming to Dublin with the camera, instead of pouring the coffee and the tea, I can actually direct an hour of television. So we would have a weekly hour of television, homeless television, destination homeless television, here on Destination Newry.
Wow.
And that's what we're working towards in the new year. That's not bad.
Wow, that's fantastic.
It's good, isn't it?
And do you have would one of the homeless guys be the cameraman? Or?
Oh, yeah, well, that's... I think initially I'll have to be.
Yes.
And, but then very, very quickly, you run the camera, Mr. Homeless Man. You do it, Chris. You do it, Bob.
Yeah.
You do it. And I simply direct it. And that we would do it economically in that we would shoot the whole thing as live, so the minimal editing required.
Right.
Their story been told by them.
Yes.
That was a great story over in England, in Preston. 22-year-old girl raised 21,000 for a homeless man who had given her his last £3 so she could get home late at night.
Yes, isn't that beautiful? A beautiful story.
Good Christmas story.
Yes, a lovely Christmas story.
Yeah.
I'm proud of them.
It's so good.
My
my oil my boiler went down this week,
Yes.
and it took 24 hours to get it fixed.
Yeah.
But you see, the part of the 24 hours in the evening time that I needed heat,
Yeah.
I knew I didn't have heat.
Yeah.
And I got to thinking, what must it be like for
Yes.
those, perhaps a single parent,
Yeah.
with a baby in Newry, in her home, and she's no oil.
Yeah.
Now, I have to tell you, the St. Vincent de Paul Society are giving out up to £2,000 a week worth of oil to
Yes.
get people through their winter's worst.
Yes.
So it's good.
Yes. No, they're a
thing-
great.
good things
and,
are happening.
and that money comes from people donating their.
To the St. Vincent de Paul.
They-
They have a general pool, like last Sunday.
Okay.
I don't go to masses and religious things like that at all. But last Sunday I did go, and
Yes. Yeah.
it was the collection, the annual collection for the St. Vincent de Paul, and things like that. People support them all through the year.
Yes.
But my little sixpence worth was to say to folk like me,
Yes.
who have got a winter fuel allowance from the government.
Yeah.
She gives me that money every. You see how affectionately I talk about Her Majesty?
I'm-
She gives me that money. She says, Rowan, here you are. You look after yourself, Rowan. You take care.
I
That'll
thought
keep
she
you
didn't
warm."
carry money.
It's a voucher.
Yeah.
Definitely, just a voucher, you see. But anyway, I get that, and lots of people like me get the £200 winter fuel allowance from the government. And putting my hand on my heart, I have to tell you, if I didn't get it, I wouldn't miss it.
Yes.
I can survive without it.
Yes.
Now, there'll be lots of you out there like that. You get the 200, you don't really need it. I beg you to take it up to the St. Vincent de Paul and give it to them so that they have more and more money to help those who do need it. And I promise you, you get the most magnificent warmth of Christmas around you for that.
Yeah.
Because you have the knowledge in your heart throughout all of Christmas
Yes.
that you've done something that's bringing heat to the homes of the needy
Yeah.
in our city
Yes,
at Christmas time. It's good.
And it makes you feel good about yourself.
That's a feel-good
Yes,
factor.
it
Everyone
is,
wants
yeah.
to feel good,
Yeah.
you know. To do the right thing makes one feel good, if
Yeah.
you can, you know.
Yes.
And we have to do that. So let's go to Bones now.
Shall we
You
just?
brought a friend.
I
didn't
did.
you? He's
I brought-
brought a friend. Can we close up on the friend there, my dear fellow? It's like a banjo. Oh, these bones were...
Well, we will sing later.
Now, the way of Christmas, before you say anything,
Yeah.
can you sort of show the way most of us, many of us will be at Christmas when we sort of slump after the dinner?
Okay.
What will the spine look like?
So here's the spine, a little bendy from the car journey here.
Yes.
There should be a little bit of a tuck in your low back. This is your back. This is your tummy here.
Yes.
And your pelvis at the bottom. And these joints back here are just happy in this position. Now, once we get into the sofa, we sit back and this whole
Oh,
thing stretches.
it even looks, it looks sore from here.
So it just stretches tissues and puts them on a long, constant stretch for however long the movie program lasts and all evening. So quite often if we're sitting poorly like this, watching the whole James Bond thing at Christmas,
It's not
you're going to hurt.
Yeah.
So really, all you need to do is try and maintain this. You don't have to sit up like a colonel.
No.
What you can do is just put a pillow, a cushion, or whatever those
cushion.
things on the
Yeah.
sofa are, and they seem to breed on the sofa, don't they? There's more and
do.
more
They
of
do.
them. So
And then you lift them out
just
of the way.
to maintain.
And you find your glasses that you lost.
3 weeks ago, yeah, that sandwich that went missing.
Wow, there it is. Follow your nose, baby.
And just maintain a little bit of that curve.
But this is important for you guys to see this. It's a straightness of spine, which is important.
The other thing about Christmas is and not doing anything, not going out. You know, we're sitting around, and it's good to sit around and rest and have fun and hang out with the family. But I think sometimes we hurt because we're not moving very much. Our bodies just like to move.
Yeah.
And so you know, that nice little walk on Christmas morning. Just a little bit of stretching here and there. Just go out and do just a little.
I'm going to the graveyard where I'll be sprinkled on Christmas morning.
You'll be sprinkled
up to the mountaintop at Rust River,
Yeah,
onto the mast.
Yes.
And that's beautiful. There's a lovely valley there.
Oh.
And it goes to the scree slope that you go
Yes.
down. One of my early dogs is buried up there, Norwegian elk hound,
Wow.
who was Rex.
Yes.
He's buried there. We
Oh.
picnic there very often. So when my time comes, I'll be taken in the back of McCabe's van,
Yes.
in a box, not a fancy coffin,
Right.
down to the crematorium. And then I'll be cremated,
Sprinkled.
and everyone will sing piously, "Ah,
Why was he born so beautiful? Yeah.
No. Oh, the smoke goes up the chimney just the same." No, but I love that mountain.
Yes.
And it all seems to me. There's a woman in here yesterday talking about where we go and what happens is when we die. And you might think she's mad. I was tempted to think she's mad. She can see auras and things like that. And she said that we're all, when we go, we're re-energizing essentially. That the body that we have has worn out and we're no longer able to use it as a vehicle for our vibration, our energy.
Yes.
And that we will go back to the source and we will take new energy and then come forward and occupy a new body. It actually is, it's no more silly a notion than bread and wine turning into God Almighty on every Sunday.
Yes.
It's no more silly a notion than many of the things that we postulate over.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
No.
I think didn't Shakespeare say that no one returns from the undiscovered country?
No one returns. And I feel there is nothing, actually, because if you think about it, I have good friends who went. John Donnelly, if there was anything at all, would have come back and said, "It's all right, Han, we're laughing here." But then lots of wee things happen. Little things, coincidences happen.
Yes.
God incidences happen that make you feel, why did that happen? That's extraordinary. That was a stroke of good fortune. So maybe they are communicating with us. I don't know.
Maybe. I
Do those things burn well in a crematorium? I'm sure they do, so to speak.
I really don't know. That's not not something I know much about, to be honest.
Your natural curiosity, dear boy.
Yes.
Now, it's exercising over the Christmas. You alluded to it there. Important.
Yeah.
But not to overdo it.
Not to overdo it. I think just getting out and I mean, I think all year I've been stressing that when we exercise, we're stressing our body a little more than we're used to.
Uh-huh.
The body then makes a small change, a little bit more muscle here, a little stronger bone there, a stronger tendon, more efficient breathing, and then we can, once we've got a little bit stronger, then we can be a little bit stronger again and a little bit stronger. So it's a slow improvement, rather than sitting for 10 years behind a desk in a car seat, car wheel, and then suddenly deciding you're going to run a marathon. I think that's just asking. You may as well take a hammer and chisel and have a go at your own knees, as do that. So just take it easy and enjoy.
Yeah, I wonder if I could ask you, the way you talk there about doing a little bit of exercise, little exercise over a period of time builds stronger muscles, stronger tendons.
Yes.
I wonder if there comes a point in life when you're, let's say 70, let's say 80, when small exercise will not build new and stronger muscle. Is it the case that the most we can expect once we get to a certain age, that small exercise will keep us on the plateau of the status quo?
Yeah, well, when I say small exercise, I mean, I really meant a small bit of extra exercise.
Yes.
A little bit more than you're used to doing.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I think you're right that one of the rules of training is that of individuality, where the same exercise for two people will not affect them both equally. That some people become very, very muscular. Some people can become very flexible, and all of these things aren't open to everyone.
Yes. As a boy, as a young man,
Yes.
I trained in the first ever gymnasium in health centre gymnasium in Northern Ireland. I was trained by the great Buster McShane,
Yes.
who, when he died, his partner then took to training me, Mary Peters.
Oh, right.
So I had the joy of being trained by Mary Peters.
A lovely woman.
And a lovely woman, a lovely woman. And what I did, it's a strange enough thing, bad and all as I am with my bits and pieces, to this moment in my life, I have a strength, I have an agility, which I think finds its genesis in the early training I did. Yes. If I hadn't been doing that, I'd be gone by now. I'd be wrecked, you know.
Yeah. Well, I find that, you know, I have Pilates classes.
Yes.
And
how are they going? You're over with you have them in the cathedral, do you?
Not in the cathedral.
Am I close?
The parish centre.
The parish centre, not the cathedral.
Or Newry Conference Centre.
Newry Conference Centre, run by the parish down there on the Mall. The coffee shop's at the bottom.
That's right.
So after you've done your Pilates, in for a coffee.
And yes, indeed.
Yeah,
that's what many people do. But it's interesting, you know, people who were athletes before, you can see it in them almost immediately. Even if it's years since, you can see the way they can maintain their posture, the way they have a kind of a strength, an idea of movement. So yes, I think that early activity, and that's why sometimes you worry about kids. I'm not going to be one of those people who says that all children spend their whole time in front of the computer playing games. But for those who do, you know, it's going to be a hard line to
I know what you're saying.
To work for them because that's what they're learning is inactivity and
Tell me about the Pilates classes. When do they happen?
They happen on a Thursday and a Saturday morning.
Morning.
I also do
what time is morning?
10 o'clock.
I see. I would love Pilates, but I can't go. You're no good to me.
I also do one
10:30.
On a Thursday evening out at Cologne, out in Cologne, the sailing club.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's at 8 o'clock at night. Yeah. That's probably past your bedtime, is it?
Past my bedtime, very much so. Because 3 o'clock, I have this wonderful new phone, Stephen.
All right, yeah.
And it's a beautiful phone. It's something called, I'll tell you what this is, and I recommend it.
Tell us what it is.
It's a Samsung
Yeah.
Note 4.
Lovely.
And it's got the requirement I had was a large keyboard for texting. Because I'd stopped texting.
Right.
And people who love me and who I love started believing that I hated them because I wasn't texting them. But the reason I wasn't texting was each and every button had 3 characters on it. So to get a C, you had to go 1, 2, 3 to get C.
No,
that's no good.
No good.
That's old technology, but this is the very thing. And
touch screen.
Touch screen, the whole works.
You should show the good people at home.
Wow, the colourful. Why am I telling you about my phone?
No,
there's a
it's
reason.
good.
There's a reason for doing it, but I'm not.
We were talking about how early you went to bed.
Oh yeah, well this thing I set, and this is the truth. I set the alarm on this.
Yeah.
When I got it 2 weeks ago, and I forgot it. Every Monday to Friday, 03:00, and at 03:00, without me having to do anything else in the whole wide world, I get da 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 dee do da da do da da. The last one I had to reset it constantly, and it said things to me like, "Get up, get up, get up." That wasn't good.
No. You wake up,
taken gently back into the day. You know.
But if it's too nice, then you just
not if you're a disciplined human being.
Oh no, not if you're. Yes, yeah.
See. Mozambique, mercenary, survived it.
Do you know my cousin? He was born in South Africa.
Yes.
He was forced into the South African army.
Oh, yes.
And he spent a time up at the Mozambique border.
Yes.
And I'm sort of envious of him because he said that in the jungle around there they saw all sorts of wildlife, including
snakes.
very, very, very powerful snakes. Yeah,
like
mambas and
what
gaboon
makes a mamba
vipers.
a mamba? And this man is a snake man.
What makes a mamba? Well, I mean,
What makes a mambo mambo? What
the
makes
mummy
them
and
go
daddy
by
mamba
dambo?
is what makes them. Yeah.
What are you doing for
Yes.
Christmas?
Just staying
Have you
around.
ever eaten snake? I'm
Staying
thinking
around
of Christmas.
Newry. I, to my shame, I've
You have done.
I have.
Yeah.
It wasn't very nice.
No, it's not. Why would you eat it? It's not nice. I made a great casserole last night.
Yes.
And for the first time in my life, I put lentils into the casserole.
Right.
And it's come out fabulously in the slow
Yes.
cooker.
Yeah, slow cooker.
And I used chicken that I bought a chicken for £4. It was
Yeah.
one of these small organic chickens,
Right.
you know, and
Hippie
free
chickens,
range and
yeah,
all of
yeah,
that,
yeah.
you know, blah 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 blah, wing wing, and wing wing. But there we were. So I ate the 2 legs with my dinner and chips the night before.
Right.
And then last night, I didn't eat it last night, but I made the thing and took the remaining meat off it.
Yeah.
And there I have I've got about 4 days dinner in it.
Brilliant.
Absolutely. I'll
Yeah,
put it
yeah,
into
yeah.
one of those things. They stand in the corner. They're not a fridge, but they're like a fridge. They're a freezer.
Okay.
And that is very good. That's very jolly. What are you going to do for Christmas? Will you be here?
Yes. Yeah. I'll be
Yeah,
hanging
1 Point
around-
Road.
Hanging around. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
My eldest daughter's back from college,
Bless
so
her.
so it's lovely. But unfortunately, studying. She has exams early January
Yeah.
when she goes back. But
And one of my beautiful grandchildren arrived home from America.
yeah.
18-year-old Jessica Boyd. Good morning, darling Jessica. How are you? You arrived home unexpectedly for your Christmas break,
Oh,
and everyone's
beautiful.
delighted to have
Lovely.
her
Well,
home.
that's lovely.
She's studying at University of Newcastle upon Tyne,
Oh.
and this is a semester, a
Yes.
number of semesters she's doing in America.
Oh yeah.
It's never like that with me.
Where is she in America?
Maryland, I think.
Maryland.
Be
Very
nice,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to play some music now.
Okay. Well, it was lovely. Thank you for having me.
Not see you next week. It's next week's Christmas.
No.
We're a week
no.
from Christmas.
It'll be.
Thank you. And may I say farewell to... Goodbye, little skeletally fellow. Tell the people who you are and where you are.
Eccles Physiotherapy. You can
Don't
find
tell
us
me. I
at,
know. They don't.
47 Old Warren Point Road, and you can also find us on the internet at ecclesphysiotherapy.com.
Well done. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks
And
very much.
and happy Christmas to everybody.
Yeah, happy Christmas, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Happy Christmas. Go well
Yes.
for Christmas. Go well for Crimbo.
You've reached your destination.